What's up, guys? Welcome back to today's video. It is currently 8:32. I should have been up at 5, but again, laziness, and I didn't get up when I was supposed to. But I gotta go to training today, training day 2. But as we always do, we're gonna get in the cold plunge. What is all over my camera? I'm gonna get in the cold plunge. I don't know why I keep speaking in third person. So that's the plan. Bam. It's a brisk one this morning. Water 38. It's chilly. I'm gonna get in. I almost always fall every time I get out. I trip and almost fall on my face. Every time I get out, it's an instant mood boost. Instant, but it only lasts for a little bit. You feel the effects of cold plunging. It feels great, but now I gotta go get in the shower, and then hopefully I'll talk to you guys after the shower. But if I don't, I'm at the training, or I'm on my way to the training. So welcome to the video, guys. Talk to you in a bit. Peace. What's up, guys? So I just got back from training, and today didn't go as well. And I'm not saying that because I screwed up or anything. It's just I wasn't as good as I thought I was, and it hurts my feelings, but it also sucks because everyone else in training is better than me at this one skill. And wouldn't it be, or you can just tell right now that my speaking is not that well, but the one skill was speaking. We were doing our pitches today, and I'm dog crap at it. And not only am I bad at pitching, but the worst part is I spent so much time working on this script, reading it, getting it down. I think I spent the most time. I put in a lot of work and a lot of effort, and I'm putting in a lot of work and a lot of effort for this, for what I'm doing, for this job. And I know it's only my second day, but when you put in a lot of effort into something and you suck at it, and maybe you put in more than the next guy, and yet your pitch sounds the worst, or you just can't speak, it sucks. It really does. And I know that I'm great at this. I know that I have an opportunity. I know I'm not the best speaker. I know I'm not the best at anything, but I know I put in effort and I put in a lot of work. And I think that's what's going to separate me, is maybe I'm not the best at what I do, but I put in a lot of effort and I put in a lot of work to be great. And today it kind of sucked how last night I read that script a lot and it was still bad. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. I think the bus is coming, so I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Peace, guys. What's up, guys? Back home, same position. Editing yesterday's video. I did a little bit of work on my school or work tablet because we got free work tablets, which is really nice. I did my homework for that. Now I'm working on the business, and I'm going to do some extra stuff just to get ahead of everyone and understand more, so that I am better set for tomorrow. Because today, as I said, I didn't perform as well as I'd like, and it's my fault. I've got to put in the effort to do even better, and I'm going to read and keep talking this script until it's ingrained in my head. And not only that, I'm going to have ChatGPT read out objections, and I'm going to talk them out and keep talking them out and keep saying them until I can speak perfectly, because I will be good at what I'm doing, and I'm going to put in the effort to be great. But right now, I gotta edit this video, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'll talk to you guys. Peace. What's up, guys? I'm on the stroll, kicking up dirt, getting loose, and I was working on my pitch. It's hard to show you guys stuff because I'm pretty sure I can't speak about the stuff I'm learning. Well, let me be more specific. I can't speak about the actual specifics that I'm learning. For example, the sales techniques and the small things. And then I also can't really give up the company, even though I think it's a public company. There's a lot of things I have to keep private. So it's hard to show you guys me pitching and doing these learning these new skills. But today, now that I have time to talk about it, it was brutal, but it was good. I think it beat down a little bit of the ego I have about coming from marketing and sales, or learning sales, because today showed me how little I understand and how bad I am at the skill, and I don't want to let that drag me down. But I was notified that this position was meant for people with skill, people who have been in the sales field and have some sales experience, knowledge, and that they're giving me a chance. And I want to set the best impression I can and do the best work I can with what I know, because at any point I can get kicked off, and I don't want that. I know that this is an amazing experience, that's being offered to me, and I don't want to give it up for no reason and for something stupid. So I'm really putting in my best effort. I did my homework as soon as I got home. I'm doing the things necessary to become great in my field. And doing these little homework tasks, does that necessarily make you the best? No. But it shows dedication. It shows that you're at least trying to put in an effort, and I've put in an effort every day. I was the first to pitch today, even though I have no experience and I wasn't confident, but I know if I throw myself in the fire and put myself in these uncomfortable positions, guess what? Now I'm going to grow from this and become better. I know that every time I pitch, every time I do a bad pitch, that leaves me with a chance to make a better pitch and to have a better chance. And I'm brand new to this. I'm gonna suck. But it's the fact that they were looking for experience for this role and I'm getting a chance. It makes me want to put my best foot forward. And it's stressful, but that's where money's made, is in the stress zone and the zone of uncomfort. Because now you need to perform, and I will perform because I know that I can, and I know what I can do. But now I need to show it. Just because I know I can do it doesn't mean the coach, doesn't mean the company knows that I can perform. So I'm just gonna keep putting in that extra effort. Today was only day 2. Tomorrow's day 3. And I think for day 3 we're doing ride-arounds, which means I may be going to an actual job. But regardless, still gonna put my best effort forward. I'm going to change the exposure because it is a little dark, but I'm still gonna put my best effort forward. Because if I do, it's gonna set me up for a better opportunity, better chance to progress and become better in this field. But today definitely hurt. I got beat down. My pitch was terrible. I couldn't speak. I was freezing and not ruining, but I was the worst out of the group. I will 100% say, out of everyone pitching in that group, I did the absolute worst. And I'm okay with that, because that shows I need to learn and that I'm not where I want to be. But that doesn't mean I can't get there. In the business, I am not off track, but not as hands-on as I was even a couple days ago. I'm waiting for my client to send over that VSL. I think he's still working on it. He did some updates to his profile that I recommended and did some small things, but we really need to nail this VSL and then start making this new kind of content. There's not much that I can really do right now other than analyze competitors and give them ideas. But for the most part, we need to get this VSL. That's what I'm mainly worried about. So in the company, my company, we're not moving too much. So the VSL, and then also I haven't read anything copywriting related. I did start a new book. I think I showed you guys. I don't remember what it was called, but it's by John Caples, the guy who wrote They Laughed When I Sat at the Piano, but When I Started to Play, which was a big ad back in the day and generated a lot of money. I'm reading his book, and it might be the advertising principles or something like that. But I've read a couple pages, I didn't read any of it today. I'll probably end up getting into it. I don't know. I gotta really read into this pitch and understand it. I also still need to cook. I need to work out. So I got a few things on my hands, but today was a solid day for the sales. I'm glad I had gotten in that position and screwed it up, because now that gives me a chance to come back tomorrow even better. But I'm going to keep nailing down this pitch. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to read the objections and answer the objections in different ways and just keep talking, keep learning, and improving. Because I've told you guys, my speaking skills are definitely behind for my age. I'm not saying you need to be able to do a sales presentation or sell hours worth of a presentation for a product, or even to be some kind of speaker. But I think you do need to understand the basics of speaking, how to speak. And I've always had a speaking issue. I'm not saying I can't speak or I can't understand it or can't learn it, because anything's possible. I've just always had an issue with speaking. As a young kid, I was always afraid to talk. I was one of those quote-unquote shy kids. And then as I got older, I became a video game nerd and never got out in the public at all. And then come 3 years ago, maybe even 4, it's when I really started to speak to people. So I'm definitely lacking the social skills, and it's just a process. I got to talk more and do it more, and eventually I'll improve. But I'm not blaming it on anything, because at the end of the day, if I want to speak better, I just got to speak more. Listen to other people speak, listen to other pitches, and it's going to help. It was embarrassing screwing up that pitch so many times. I would probably say I spoke that pitch 30 times. No, not that much. Maybe 15 times, and screwed it up every time. I don't think I finished it once. My last run was probably the best out of all 15, and that one was terrible. But I was speaking the pitch in the backyard, and it definitely was a lot better than how it sounded at training. But if I want to sell, it's gonna have to improve. And I feel like I lack character in my speaking, and that's an issue, because in sales, character can, at least from what I've seen, can take you a long way. And sometimes my speaking gets very animated. It loses its character, its tonality, and ruins the pitch. Because one thing the sales coach does very well is he can implement his personality into the pitch, and it shows a lot. It's not necessarily what he's saying, but how he says it, because he's saying the most basic stuff. And what do we do in copywriting? The same exact thing. We're telling people basic things, but it's not what we're telling them, it's how we tell it. And I'm seeing it come into play into sales, but I'm just not very good at it. So I need to work on it. Just work on screwing around with my tone, screwing around with my personality, and really let it come out, let it shine, and watch it become better. Because I know once I nail this down, it's just a matter of getting out in the field and doing it over and over and over, and then get maybe 100 no's. I don't think it'll be 100 no's, maybe like 10 no's, and then bam, I land an appointment. And then what happens when I land an appointment? Now I have to sell them. Once I sell them in this appointment, ding, 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 I just made maybe $1,000 in a week, or, well, technically in a day, but I won't get it until the job's done. I just landed $1,000 in 30 minutes. So there's a lot of opportunity in this, and that's why I'm so hungry for it, because I know the opportunity that's there, and I know what I can do. It's just a matter of combining the two. And I know lately I've only been talking about sales, but this is all I've been doing for the past couple of days. And I'm really passionate about this. I'm actually getting an opportunity in a field, and I've always said if I had a product, a good opportunity, I could sell it. And now I'm getting this opportunity, so I'm becoming consumed in this world and just trying to become better. When I was dreaming last night, that's all I was dreaming about was pitching, and it's weird. I'll usually dream about whatever I did the night before, but dreaming about pitching, because I've now been swallowed into this new world, this new skill, and I want to get really good at it. But the issue with me is I start to get down on myself when I don't get really good at it in 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. And one, that's just unnecessary, because you're not going to be a pro in a couple days. You're not. And you've got to accept that it is a process, and you're not going to be the best tomorrow. You're not going to be the best in a week. It takes months, it takes years of doing it to actually see some progress and become decent. But you don't need to be the best salesman to sell. And that's what I'm keeping my mindset at right now, is I don't need to be the best to sell, but I need to do the things I'm learning well enough to sell. Because there's beginners making money, there's pros making money, there's probably some people who've been in sales who make the same amounts as beginners, but it's just a matter of one, work ethic, and that was something he drilled into us. And then also, how hungry are you for it? Do you want to make these crazy numbers, or do you want to be average? Do you want to make paycheck money off of sales, or do you want to make doughboy money off of sales? It's your choice. I know I want to make a lot of money, and I see the potential. I see what's there. I just got to jump into it and really get good. So that's what I'm gonna do. Definitely need to figure out how to remove so, filler words. Filler words ruin the pitch, ruin the way you speak. And I need to stop using third person as well. I just realized that I'm speaking in third person. I use the term you a lot. One, because I'm a copywriter and you're always talking in a, what would it be? Third person, second person perspective, but I definitely need to speak like I'm speaking, not like I'm speaking to you guys, but I am. So it's weird. Maybe it's something that I'm getting fed up about that's stupid and doesn't even matter. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go take this poochie back go grab the other. Talk to you guys in a bit. Peace, guys. Alright, guys. Pump has been achieved. Today was chest and back. Pretty solid day. Been hitting the workouts later, but I'm still putting them in. So, as long as I'm putting them in, that's all that matters. But I think I'm gonna keep speaking the script for the 100th time. And I'm gonna look over the presentation. There we go. The presentation that's given to us, so I know what it looks like and am familiar with it before we all do it in class. So I'm taking in the presentation for a second time and not my first. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll probably cook dinner here in a few minutes too. I'm gonna do that, and then I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Peace, guys. You already know what time it is. Cooking the dinner. So, I'm gonna go do that. I'll come back with y'all. Peace. What's up, guys? So, I'm in the red light, but I just finished. Got my B-Blay. And then, mid red light, I had to, let's just say it would have got devious. Ran to the bathroom, and while I was doing that, I wrote out a better script for my sales, for my door-to-door harvesting. So I've been reading that and getting something set in place that I can read and
actually have an example of, because the issue was I was just reading it off the top of my head, and I need an example to speak something good. And I watched a video from Chris Voss, which I actually read his book, Never Split the Difference, and it was a video on his secret tool that not many people use, and this tool is open-ended questions. The reason I was watching this is because I need to listen more than I speak. And another thing I need to do is ask great questions. So the reason I was watching these videos is to help me build a better foundation for questions, because right now my questions are probably terrible. Are you? Is this? And even though I read this book, I forgot a lot of the important points he explained, and one of them was calibrated questions, which are open-ended questions. And I watched a video on that, and then I also watched a video on how to listen better, how to really hear the problems that people are conveying to you. And one of the big things they were talking about is you actually need to feel for them. You have to feel the need to help them. You can't just sit there and think about yourself. And that's a big thing that happens to me, is I'm always thinking about how I'm going to respond. And what you should be thinking about is how to ask a question after you hear whatever is said to you. So I'm just trying to really build a good foundation, because I know I can figure out the sales stuff. It's just a matter of building something that works for me, and something that works with the company, because the company does have a standard and one that clearly works for a lot of reps, and I want to replicate that, but just give myself something that works for me. So that's what I'm doing. Now I'm gonna start journaling, and then I gotta get a couple videos uploaded for you guys. I did get one uploaded already, and then I got 2 more. So I'm gonna do that. I'll check in with you guys after I'm done journaling, and I'm gonna say a prayer, and then I'll talk to you guys. So, peace, guys. What's up, guys? Just finished journaling. Bam. That's the entry for today. Now I've got this on my plate, and then I'll probably hit hay. So I'm gonna get some titles on these videos, get these posted for you guys, and then I'll probably slam down that sales script some more and then slump out. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Once you see the wave cap, you know stuff's getting serious. In all seriousness, got the videos done for you guys, so they're all uploaded, ready to go. And now that I'm at a sales job that uses iPads, I've got 50,000 different devices charging. Got my Osmo charging, the iPad, my iPhone, my Mac. So I'm appled out. But back to what I was saying. I will be heading to bed. It's time for me to go to bed. It's been a long day. I'm gonna say the sales pitch a couple more times, and then I'm going to bed. I just need to get it down, get it flowing. Tomorrow I'm gonna have plenty of time. I'm getting up early. Gonna get my mom's car, because I think I'm doing a drive around or a ride around where I go with an experienced rep to learn the ins and outs of what it actually looks like. So I need to be ready for that tomorrow. So I'm gonna have the car, and yeah, it's gonna be a great day. Today was great. God's great, life's great. But I will be heading to bed. If you guys enjoyed today's video, drop a like. If you guys have any ideas for new videos, let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you like my content. And have a great night, guys. I really appreciate all of you who watch and tune into these videos. They're not the best. They don't have the best production, but I work with what I got. Anyway, hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.